Alright guys, I was watching Ludwig's video offline and I was like, okay, he's saying some interesting points to counteract a lot of people's opinion, and I kind of want to get into that a little bit and see what he has to say and kind of share my opinion about it. Pokimane is still in the news at this moment, especially with her brand of cookies, which you can check out my latest video about that, where Moist Critical shows a little bit of criticism towards Pokimane. But I kind of like a little bit of Ludwig's take. It's a little bit different. Not that I fully agree just yet, because I did pause it before he got into the kind of the weeds of it so I can react genuinely here. So let's get into it.
Chat was chirping. She got a little one guide by it and said this.
Like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but
okay, that was the initial clip that went out that everybody and their mom saw. So that was kind of the thing that people were reacting to, and kind of Critical went into a little bit more further. He said that he went into the video a little bit more to see if she actually rectified that situation. And no, she kind of like not talked about it, spoke about it again. That's at least what Moist Critical was saying. But later on, of course, she ended up sending an apology or a PR statement afterwards, maybe a couple days later, like a day or two later, towards her tweet, and kind of saying that she was just joking around, and it was meant towards it was just not to be taken seriously. But of course, the damage was done.
like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
Okay, and let's just say it plainly. That was dumb. She shouldn't have said that. That was mean. She shouldn't have said that. That was off-putting. She shouldn't have said that. Let's just get it. That's just a fact. That is a fact of life. Those were not nice words to say.
Absolutely not.
Especially when you're a millionaire talking to people who aren't millionaires.
And that was kind of the core argument to this like whole debacle and drama, is that it kind of was tone deaf to a certain extent, but we'll see. He gets into it a little bit more.
Position where words like that shouldn't be thought of, much less said. Boom, bing, bang, done. Okay? And it created a shitstorm.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like everything else
like,
does.
Ooh, let's cash in the view train. Pokey fucked up.
But that's with any drama. Anybody's going to react to it, especially if it's in the news at this moment. Like, people do not stay away from what is going on currently. That is what currently is happening, and that's what people are going to talk about, and people want to know other people's opinions.
Time to get views, and let me tell you,
absolutely,
the views they got. All right, I promise you, if Asmon Gold shows you his metrics, that was a 1 to 10 on YouTube. And of course, Charlie made the video that was the biggest about it. I think it got 5 million views. I mean, it does speak volumes about how many views you get when you talk about Pokey. And mention your wealth was built on their backs, and this seems to be the main sentiment, right?
That is definitely true. Again, that is kind of aligns with what I've been trying to say, is that those same people who were supporting you are the same people who platformed you and will continue to platform you until your career is done and finished, or until you retire or whatever.
Pokey was calling this viewer broke, and because of that, she's not really respecting the people who made her rich in the first place. She's disrespecting her viewers. I'm going to poke at that a little bit here, because I really don't believe
Go ahead.
Most of Pokey's viewers are actually offended or give a shit. Most of them right now are the ones trying to do damage control on her behalf because they fuck with her and they watch her play Valorant. The people who are actually upset have no idea what her Valorant rank is or that she plays Valorant, and they're just...
I think what he's trying to say is that her core fan base isn't necessarily offended by what was going on, but I think that just because you're a core fan to them does not mean that that's an inherent bias, right? Because if you're a fan of somebody, I mean, look at the Dream and Gumball situation at the moment. People dislike Dream so much that they've created such a bias to the situation to the point where it blinds them. And I think that's kind of hard to discuss that, especially when you're talking about whole masses of groups of people who have supported Pokimane. But we'll just have to see further on.
Outraged on behalf of her viewers, right? They're like, why would you talk about your viewers, people who made you rich and disrespect them like that? I don't think that's what was actually happening. I think this started in the first place because this was overhyped outrage, which shouldn't have existed at all, from people who don't actually watch Pokimane at all. She shouldn't have said it. It was dumb to say. It definitely affected.
It was definitely dumb to say, but I think that it's not necessarily that people you don't have to be a fan in order to be like, hey, what you said was horrible. But let's let his point that develop here.
The people who do watch her who weren't even attacking her in the first place. I don't think they give a shit right now. I don't think 90+% of them give a shit. I think the people who do give a shit are on the outside looking in, being outraged on the behalf of these somewhat made up viewers, right? Just some real, most made up. And then
yeah, but you could kind of say that with any drama that happens. I mean, Mogul Mel's kind of based upon controversies that are happening in the current moment. Like, you could say that with anything. Like, how could you say that somebody would not care about just because you don't watch every single fucking live stream of Pokimane? Like, how would you say that, you know?
Pokey follows up with an apology tweet saying, while what I said was 100% intended to be a joke, I see why I came off as insensitive. I apologize. I understand the price might be high. We're maybe going to see if we can make it more affordable. I don't know. And I was trying to...
Awesome. And that was great. We acknowledged our mistake. I held myself accountable. And we're going to, moving forward, we're going to see what we can do. Great. Perfect. Should have done that in the first place.
One rude chatter, not a general statement towards everybody. Okay, but damage done. Damage done. She said an oopsie poopsie, and now it's just, hey, let's talk about how what she said was dumb and cash in the 1.5 million views. Cha-ching! Okay.
Yeah, but that's basing off of you're basing that off the assumption that people are not being genuine about their reaction towards it, right? Because if something is kind of wrong or morally incorrect, like, you would want to speak up about that. Does not mean that you are completely invested into the whole just the drama aspect of it, but more in the sense of what she did was incorrect. And of course, I'm saying that as someone who is coming from the point that I don't watch every Pokimane live stream. I understand who she is, but it's just something that I saw that I didn't find right, and I care about that. I genuinely care about the situation. And she's rectifying that and she's fixing it, and good for her.
You know what? She's helping the economy. People don't talk about that. But I have a theory about why this happened. Okay, some people think this is just Pokey fucking up. Pokey gets in trouble because she fucked up. That's why this is a big stink. Other people might say sexism at work here. It's because she's a woman. It's because she's a woman. I have another theory, and I thought about this initially because I saw this post on my Reddit. Okay, Destiny has nice things to say about Ludwig. Here's the clip.
Even behind the scenes, I've never heard anything bad about Ludwig, ever. Most of the stuff, a broad variety of content creators have good things to say about him personally, privately, publicly, ever. So, yeah, I think that if Ludwig were to market something, it's like, hey, listen, guys, I'm selling stuff, and, this is what I do, and it's my markup, and I'm just trying to make some money here. I don't think Ludwig would get a lot of pushback. I could be wrong, but, Ludwig is just so straightforward and so, brazenly transparent on everything.
Okay, Destiny, I don't know, this is part of a clip, but again, right, it's not necessary. I mean, I'm in the argument. That's not even the argument for me, right? It's not the fact that she has a $30 cookie. It's more the fact of how you treat your consumer, right? Or how you treat your customer. That's more I'm talking about.
I feel like I don't think Ludwig would get that much of a negative pushback. Yeah.
Now, I'm being glazed and used as an example here to argue against this being sexism at play, and it's just Pokey fucking up at play. But I think it's actually even more interesting than just simply Pokey fucking up. Okay? Because if we look at some other things, maybe some more innocuous things, for example, here Pokimane answers the web's most searched questions, Wired, autocomplete interview. You can see it didn't go very well. All right? Now, she doesn't say anything controversial in here. Pokey just has a lot of haters, almost 6K downvotes, okay? I did the same shit.
Okay, Ludwig's point is that she does not deserve the amount of hate she has? Because if that's his point, then I agree, right? We should let people make mistakes and, and solve those mistakes and learn from the lessons. I agree to that, but I think that there was an inherent wrong that was massively wrong. I think that is very important to take a gander at,
10 times more views on mine. I only got 1.6K downvotes. And here's my theory. Pokey is really, really famous. You cannot fathom how famous she is. 9.3 million followers on Twitch. I think outside of Ninja, she's probably the most famous streamer alive. I would argue more famous than XQC. Maybe not after the recent drama, but she definitely was.
Right? XQC, no matter what he does, he could literally shit and stream and people will tune in and still clap for him. XQC is a massive enigma on the live streaming space. It's just how it is.
And that's further backed up if you look at Google Trends. There is 1 week in the past 12 months where I've been more looked up or more famous than Pokey, and it was chess boxing. And then the week after chess boxing, things went back to where they were. She's really, really famous. And why does this matter, Ludwig? Why you keep bringing up that she's famous? Because when you start content creating, the people who know about you are just the people who like you. So if you fuck up, they're gonna be the most charitable possible people. They'll be like, yeah, we get it. Sometimes you fuck up in life. It's okay. And then the more famous you get, 2 new groups of people start to appear. Group number 1, neutral people. The people who will only occasionally see a clip of maybe something big, an event that you do, or maybe a fucky wucky that you do. Easily swayed people. And the second group is
we're seeing that in this moment right now. The massive hate train towards Dream at this moment. Like, this is like straight on point that he's making. Is that it's their popularity is so massive that it just, we couldn't even comprehend as like freaking normal humans the fact that how many eyes are on her, whether good or bad, mostly bad, and they're just waiting for you to fuck up.
Haters. People just don't fuck. They don't like you. They don't like maybe they
dude, and that's so fucking true. Like, Ludwig is so right in this point, because it's like, dude, it doesn't matter the logic of anything. It doesn't matter anything if people have an inherent bias towards a person. Like, it doesn't matter how much evidence you bring. It doesn't matter what happens after the aftermath of things. Like, people will glaze. It's so funny because they will attack you for glazing that same individual, but yet they're glazing, like, they're like inceptually glazing at this all at the same time without even realizing, but yet you're glazing more than they're glazing you. I mean, you're glazing more than what you're glazing at the topic, right? Even though they are inherently biased, even if you came without an actual bias of something, like, people are insane, bro. It's just so crazy.
they were neutral people who saw a clip and then don't like
it's kind of one of those things where you point a finger and 3 fingers are being pointed at you, like that old saying,
and then further feel that feeling. Or maybe they just hate you because you use terms like Riz and you're in your mid-20s. That's also possible. And when those two groups, all right, the neutral and the hater group, massively outpower the group that likes you, any sort of controversy that might start will overwhelmingly, through the echo chamber, seem a lot worse than it is, and then become like a fucking snowball and keep growing.
I don't know, if you're true, I feel like if you're truly neutral, if you are really truly neutral to the point where you're looking up evidence and you're looking into the details of things, then you will be able to like see, through the lines. But if you're not and you're easily swayed, then I think you were never necessarily neutral,
So the reason that I think that if I was in the same position Pokey was in, is that it wouldn't get out of control. I don't think that group is so big for me. I'm not that fucking famous. There's not a lot of the neutral and the hater group that if I made cookies that were in people's minds overpriced, they won't get this. They won't get upset because they would be like, who the fuck is Ludwig? We don't give a shit. It wouldn't even hit their radar. Okay? I think a similar thing is happening right now, which maybe we'll talk about another day, with Dream, because he is,
yes.
Let me tell you, he's got a lot of fucking people who hate him.
Exactly.
Now it's different because the Dream
exactly.
and what he's done is not overpricing cookies. We don't got to get into that, but you get what I'm saying. All right, this is my running theory. Okay. Now you can infer perhaps, why does she have such a large group of people who know about her and also hate her, and that is so much bigger than who like her? Maybe sexism can be at play there. I don't think it's just that simple one-to-one though. I think this is my theory.
Because I don't think it's necessarily sexism. I think it's just the inherent bias and negative things that are happening in this world. Like, I think it's just dumbass people dumbass people behind screens. Like, you're protected under that screen, and nobody's gonna know you. Nobody's gonna know who the fuck you are. And it's like, it's just that. It's just that people are gonna say what they're gonna say without thinking about anything, without making any actual evidence, without looking up anything. Only reading headlines, only reading Twitter threads. Like, that's all they're gonna do.
It's my running theory. What do you think about it? I think it's very smart and good. Anyway, I'm going back to my vacation because.
But yeah, man, Ludwig. Yeah, okay. I like the point that developed here. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I was watching it offline and I thought it was interesting. So see you guys next time. Peace.